All right, what's up, YouTube? Back again after a very long time. So today I've decided to start uh, talking about college admission process for international students because I think not a lot of people talk about that, especially for undergraduates in the US. Because the truth is, not a majority of us here are here for undergraduate studies. Um, so I think it would be helpful to just give a few insights. So today I'm going to talk about my background, which course I did in India, and just like a few tips. So let's start with my background. So I am currently a computer science student at the University of Maryland, and I was in Hyderabad when I was in India, and I did the IB diploma program over there, and yeah, um, Shrek International School, if any of you guys know. But uh, let me start by talking about, let's see, we're going to talk about mindset and a couple advices about that because I think mindset is the most important part when you decide to apply to US colleges, and it plays an important role. So the first thing is I see a lot of people, this is regardless of where you're applying, that many of us compare ourselves to other people, extracurriculars, test scores, SAT, ACT, whatever. Um, and while it is important to compare ourselves to encourage growth and stuff like that, it's also unhealthy when we do it um, when we do it at a point where it's like hurting ourselves, that we compare ourselves too much, that we just demean ourselves and not think too much about ourselves. So that's one thing. I know it's very easy said than done, but that's one of the most important things. And being original gives you the opportunity to write essays that are original. You don't want to sound like someone else in your essays because then if both of you are applying to the same college, what makes you different, at least for the admissions committee, right? And the second thing is I learned this like, in a very not hard, but like it was a very weird experience. But getting in a good college in India is different from getting in a good college in the US. That's because in India, academics are the most important part and take up the majority of admissions process, except for in a few universities. I know Christ doesn't interview Ashoka, but for the majority of US colleges, you need like a balanced extracurriculars and academics. Um, but I also think it is important to have like some sort of niche. It doesn't have to be an academic niche, but some sort of niche that is like a spike, as they call it, that will help you stand out for the admissions committee, but it doesn't have to be academic. So that's one of the key pieces. Now, the next thing is, well, I just want to clarify also, like, I don't go to like an Ivy League school. I go to a top 20 CS school, University of Maryland. Okay, so I moved to India in 2020. I was in the US before, but I moved to, okay, I was in India, then I was in US, then I was back in India, and now I'm here in US. I was in Germany, somewhere in between in the past too, but that's not relevant right now. So when I was in India, I took the International Baccalaureate program, IB diploma program, which we have something called the higher levels and the standard levels. My higher levels were math, physics, and chemistry, math AA, which is like a lot of calculus, almost like Calc AB or BC. And then my SLs were English, Spanish, and economics. So yeah, uh, and my final score was a 39 out of 45. Got a 7 in math, 6 in physics, 6 in chemistry, 7 in English, 5 in econ, and I don't remember. yeah, I think Spanish was 7 to 6. I don't remember, but do the math. But yeah, um, yeah. So those were the courses I took. I'll probably make a separate video for those each of the courses. But yeah, now we're gonna be talking about my essays. So I moved around a lot. Was born in India, then Germany, then India, then United States, then India, then I'm back here now. So moving a lot, especially in middle and high school, was very like it played a crucial role in my life. And especially because my dad quit his job to like start his own business. That was kind of important to me. Um, kind of had an important aspect on my life. I mean, important effect on my life. But yeah. So most of my essays were about that and my love for computer science. Um, yeah, and how I want to use it to better the world. But now that I think about it, I should have, I guess, I don't know. I could have changed my essays a little bit. It was kind of redundant. But yeah, my essay was mainly about the differences in society in India and the US. And I like talked about that, how it helped me grow as a person and shape me who I am. Um, yeah. So those are my essays. Now we're going to be talking about the mistakes I made throughout the process. Okay, so one of the early mistakes I made in school was that I didn't research enough opportunities because I wasn't really sure. Like, I didn't know there was something called honors program. I didn't know there was summer school you could use to skip courses. A lot of my friends skipped geometry and they were a year ahead of me. Um, and I didn't research these research programs, stuff. I just didn't know about it. And to be honest, my parents, they were very lenient with this stuff. They let me be in charge of my own academics and stuff. So I had to do my own research, apply on my own because they didn't really care. So yeah, I think I didn't really do research that much, and I could have had better opportunities if I did. And I think that's one of the major mistakes I did. And yeah, I also want to talk about finances a little bit because I think that's a really important aspect because the truth is not a lot of people are willing or able to send their kids to the US to study, especially at an undergraduate level. And I'm lucky that I was allowed to do so. Very lucky. So that is the most important part when you're, I guess, deciding if you want to go or not. It should be, are you able to go or not without jeopardizing other stuff? Um, if you do, I highly recommend that you go. It's a great experience. And for me, I was kind of used to this system. I was studying here in middle school and half of high school, so yeah. And finally, I just want to say that each applicant is different, and everyone has their own abilities, like if Sachin Tendulkar was like asked to, study like an IIT, he wouldn't be where he is today, or Elon Musk was asked to play cricket, he wouldn't be where he is today. So I'm just saying everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. You just need to show the world your good parts and hide the bad ones because everyone's got bad stuff and everyone's got good stuff. So that's something I kind of struggle with still, you know. But I guess that's a video for another time. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I know this is not like a super highly edited video. I'm just kind of talking to the camera, but uh, be original, you know. I don't want to be like anyone else. So, yeah. See you guys.